to the 10 a.m. series, 10 a.m. New York, East Coast time. We're speaking with artist collective, artist group, designers, fashion entrepreneurs. I don't know, we gotta find out what they are and who they are. Their name is Sucuk and Bratwurst. Sucuk is a Turkish sausage with spicy sausage, and Bratwurst is a German Bratwurst. It's also sausage. So yeah, but they gonna hopefully tell us more on what they're doing, and gonna ask them to join. So again, we try to make a view through the, stay in touch and communicate and make a view through the whole.
Buongiorno, Johan.
Buongiorno.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm fine. I'm here with Lucas.
Hello.
Hello. It's
Nice
Dennis
to see you.
and Lucas.
Yeah, we two are brothers, and the rest of our team is currently in quarantine, 8 minutes away from us, and the other one is staying in Mainz.
So you are a collective of 4.
Yeah. We know each other since kindergarten, and we moved to Berlin 2 years ago. I can show you like some.
Please. So you seriously know all of each other since kindergarten?
Yeah. Let me show you.
And you are 4, and you all have the same haircut.
Yeah. So,
Beautiful apartment.
little intro. This is a smoking we did some years ago.
Oh, let me switch off the text. 1 second.
It's a smoking which looks like cigarettes, and it's made out of 15 scarves. Of this scarf.
Yeah, I have the scarf. I love the scarf. Actually, I don't know if I think I left it somewhere. And you made the suit out of the scarves.
Exactly, yeah. Lucas, can you hold it, please? So the legs are 4 scarves, I think. And
Yes, it's 4.
a friend of us did it.
And it's one of a kind, or is it? Did you go in series?
Yeah, it's just a unique piece.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the rack. I have this rack. It's Nick Cosmos rack.
Exactly, yeah.
I
This one was exhibited in Hong Kong.
I bought the ones which were at the Berlin Biennial, and I don't know where they are actually. Nick Cosmos is also someone we should talk to. Nick Cosmos was an artist. He was part of 8-3D, and he turned fitness trainer. He's like
Yeah, and
he's
to Shanghai now.
Where?
To Shanghai.
He's in Shanghai now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but then maybe you can show us more on what you. So you work as a collective, and you do commercial work, but you also work independently.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, most of our work is on the PC, so most of the stuff is digital work. Let me show you an example. This one, for example. Everything is built up in CGI. And this one we tried out because a friend of us sent us an article of Lorenzo, a guy from Switzerland, who invented RGB print.
Mm-hmm.
And we were really curious about the result of how it looks if you print something not in CMYK, which is the...
So can you explain how is it printed?
It's split it in different parts somehow. I don't know the exact technique, but
okay. So we see all these different layers now. So it's like a silk screen.
It's silk screen, yeah. I can't tell you the exact method, but it's somehow new. I don't know. He invented it some months ago.
And how did you create the image on the computer?
Yeah.
And this is something you did independently, or did you do that for like a client?
No, this one was like an art project we did independently.
And is this a limited edition print?
Yeah, it's limited to 10 pieces.
And how much is it?
We're selling it for 400.
Mm-hmm. And how many you have left?
8.
Cool.
Today we received some new pins. We're besides our work for like brands and our digital work, we try to create a lot of merch stuff. This is a rose with barbed wire.
But you have to be closer. Maybe you can take it off the plastic because this was on the cover of Zeit magazine, right?
Kind of. The Zeit magazine cover was a barbed wire which looks like a middle finger.
Like this, right? But what do we see here?
Exactly.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's something else. What does it say? Oh, it's just a rose.
It's a rose with the mix with the barbed wire.
A rose is a rose is a rose. Nice. And how many variations are there from the limited print? Is it only this 2 people hugging? What are they doing? Are they fighting or are they hugging?
Actually, they are fighting. The pose is based on an MMA fight. This one is grabbing the other one from behind. But some words to our current situation in quarantine.
Please.
Next to our studio, this is the place we are working. We set up a little gym to be
Fit.
A treadmill.
And you both live together?
Yeah, this is also the place we are living. This alien head was a sculpture we did for the art week last year in Berlin, in September, I think.
Is it doing something? Is it lighting or so?
Yeah.
Wow.
Has some light inside. For the exhibition, it had some green gel inside with ants, and the ants were all over the head, and it looked like a huge green brain inside the head.
And this you just did? Why? Just out of the blue you did it, or you did it for some event, or what was the reason for doing this?
It was an exhibition we hosted, so it was an art piece of us.
And where was the exhibition?
Next to Alexanderplatz. This one.
For Art Week, how's their statistic? Oh, now, wow. I see. And where's the gel now?
The gel is outside because I wasn't sure if it's like made to be for a longer term inside the head.
Does it collect dust?
Yeah, somehow. I was really inspired by the old artwork of Brett Trommel. This one.
And when you work as a group, how is the creative process, and how do you cope with being separated now by the coronavirus? Are you working now on like we do on Zoom and Slack and everybody else, I guess? Or how do you stay in touch?
Our main tool is the Facebook Messenger. And we have a group there chatting every day and try to jump on FaceTime as much as possible. But somehow like it didn't change that much because our work is digital, and I spoke to a lot of friends who are working in the fashion and industry as a photographer, for example, and some like the jobs got cancelled, but as an artist who are working with CGI, we somehow receive more and more jobs because they're replacing the jobs, the photo jobs with CGI.
Yeah, I think the problem is even if they want to produce things, and even if the magazines still can keep on going because the advertising hasn't been completely pulled out, they have a hard time producing because you can't go out, you can't rent a set, you can't do a production. Later next week, we're going to speak to Jürgen Teller, who's telling us about his activities in his studio, and he will show us some stuff where he, because he was meant to do a fashion shoot, men's fashion shoot, but so he's his only model himself because he can't go out and shoot the models. So, and how has it been for you? You're not impacted? You didn't get jobs cancelled?
No, not really.
Okay, good for you. And tell us, where's this name coming from, Sucuk and Bratwurst?
It's really hard to tell, but our roots are Turkish and German. Lucas and me are like half Turkish and half German. That could be a description, but it was just for fun.
Yeah, just a random name for the time.
Yeah, but I think what's so good about it is so international, no? It's like
That's
Sucuk,
true, yeah.
it's like already, because you work for brands, you do strategy too? No.
No.
How can I do this? Okay, no strategy. But the good thing is, like, you use like us. König is already such a known. Oh wait, let me join this. How can I do this? Oh yeah, exactly. Like König, you know, while I'm talking.
Okay, that's what he's actually
Nice.
Okay, so maybe we should take some questions. Okay.
How can I see the questions?
It's coming now. Do you have any plan to launch something whatever in Seoul? I don't know if it's you or me.
How about you?
Why not? We are open.
We are actually working. This is how Tokyo happened. We were actually working on a project in Seoul, and then Seoul didn't materialize, and then we did Tokyo because we wanted to do something in Asia, and the good thing is with Asia, with Seoul, unless in Germany, we have 19% on VAT on art, and Korea has 0%. So art is not taxed in Korea. So let me see. How much watt? How much watt do you work?
8,000.
8,000 watts. Okay. Wie seid ihr bei der Skulptur für, how did you proceed for the sculpture for Bilderbuch? Bilderbuch is a band, actually we were, Bilderbuch
is a band from Vienna.
From Vienna, exactly.
Yes, let me show it to you. So, the guy means this sculpture.
Wait, let me switch this off. Where do I do this? Here. Oh, wait.
We first created the model in 3D. We are using Blender. It's an open source. And
I think you have to have in mind that we have, unfortunately, this question I can't flip out. Exactly, yeah, like this. Okay. So how did you work?
Yeah, first we built up the model in 3D. We are using Blender for this. It's an open source 3D program, and we just downloaded it in 2012. Since then we are working with it. So all of the stuff we learned from YouTube tutorials, and then a guy who's specialized in building guitars did this sculpture based on the 3D model.
Where's the sculpture now?
It's still exhibiting in Museumsquartier in Vienna.
Outside?
No, the place is called Q21.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, this small space opposite the bookshop.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. tell me, are you guys considering you make a difference between being artist or working as a designers? You make it distinguish. You distinguish there. You make a difference.
Not really. We try to have a good balance between our own art and commercial stuff.
Okay, then here. What did you study?
We started studying art, but we received more and more requests, so we needed to stop this.
Stop studying art.
Mm-hmm.
All of you studied art?
Me and Alessandro.
Okay.
Lucas learned Mediengestalter.
All in Mainz? Everything in Mainz?
Me and Alessandro went to HFG Offenbach.
Really? HFG? Yeah. That's funny. I spent a lot of time on HFG. And you know who's from HFG also? Is, here, what's her name? Faust, who did the German Pavilion. Anne Imhoff. She went to HFG.
Yeah, but she moved to Städel then, no?
I think much later. Who inspired you again for the gel thing?
Brad Trummel.
You want to talk about this a bit?
Yeah, we were really inspired by this magazine back in the days. And the moment when I saw this, I don't know, it really flashed me out. And I really wanted to do something like it.
What do you hate the most from advertising?
Phew.
The deadlines.
Cool. So you mean that you have planned to have the 0% potential abilities? I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Any good 3D designer in Seoul? There's a specific interest in Korea, obviously, here. Are you guys big in Korea?
No.
Any good 3D designers in Seoul?
Do you like parametric design? What is it?
Benjamin, what is parametric design?
All these sophisticated questions. Oh, we don't speak German because we want to open up for a wider audience, you know. And I had an interesting conversation with someone who developed school. They do like programs for kids who can go to school at home, like virtually. But that's before the whole Corona thing started. And he said he regrets so much that he never did it in English because I think so people can join and we don't only speak because of course we want to be international, right?
Yeah.
How much RAM do you have?
64.
64. That's very little. Paar Tricks on Blender, a paar hints on learning Blender.
Okay, let me search it on YouTube. There is a good tutorial series. Blender.
What is Blender? It's a 3D program?
It's a 3D program and it's for free. It's open source.
Blender Guru.
Yeah. I think a really good channel is this one. Blender Guru.
Mm-hmm.
Lol, the filter is working on the website.
And can all of you do that, or do you have like divisions? One is good at this, the other one is this. One does client relations, one does more the artistic stuff.
Every one of us can do it a bit, but some of us are more specific in parts of like financial stuff. Alessandro and me are more working in the 3D program.
Okay. Any new projects coming?
Yeah, we are currently working with some big musician artists, Kali Uchis and Swiley, on the album covers and single covers.
And how do you got these big companies to trust you in the beginning? Like who are your clients? It's like Nike and who you work with?
We are working really close to Alexander Wang
Yeah.
now, Nike, and I mean a lot of who else? Yeah, it's really hard to say. They're like just writing us on Instagram.
Yeah, they just like your work, right? I mean, I can't really. How did we guys came together? What did we do? We were planning on doing a little bit inappropriate product. Did we release a souvenir yet? No.
No.
We have to do that. And we were thinking of doing an exhibition which kind of explores all these gray zones between design, applied arts, the new mix of creative energy, I would call it. You know, I think a lot of artists or a new generation of artists doesn't really care so much about these categories anymore, and I find it interesting how they work with bigger companies as an enabler of doing things, but also as a phenomenon for what it stands for, maybe. And Sucuk, Bratwurst. I don't know what that means.
Sucuk over Bratwurst.
Ah, okay. Yeah, these
Yes.
codes, I never
Yeah.
understand these codes. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you so much for letting us join you a little bit, understanding how you work and share your thoughts. And maybe last but not least, do you have some info? What are you looking at content-wise digitally right now?
How do you mean?
I don't know, like replacement podcast you would recommend for people who are locked in their rooms and can't enjoy opening. You tried this app? I heard about this app called Party House or House Party.
House Party. I never tried House Party, but I would recommend to just learn Blender.
Blender.
Stay creative and maybe just have a look at the Blender Guru tutorial stuff.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
See you soon. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Good morning. Today I'm gonna speak German because I'm speaking to Michel Müntefering.